Whenever we get up to these levels, this is where you're set up for some type of event to cause a short-term correction or consolidation, to work off that overbought condition. All right, let's talk about what you need to know before the bell this morning. Markets, again, like I said, they didn't crash while it was gone, which was a good reason. But, you know, while we're back on a MACD buy signal, which has been encouraging right now, we are pushing more extreme levels of overbought. And if you read this weekend's newsletter, greed in terms of investor positioning is now at extreme greed levels. Technical, the technical composite that we run, 13 composite indicators on a weekly basis, is back to more extreme overbought conditions. And really, we're seeing those overbought conditions really across the board. Lots of retail speculation. Whenever we get up to these levels, this is where you're set up for some type of event to cause a short-term correction or consolidation, to work off that overbought condition. Now, what that is and what occurs from that, who knows? Now, right now, there's some concern because President Trump announced yesterday that he will delay the tariffs until August the 1st. So they were supposed to restart today. A lot of concern that on July the 9th, all these tariffs would kick back in. If they hadn't had a deal, then the original tariff would come back in. The 90-day pause was over as of July the 9th. Well, he's now postponed that to August the 1st. So that gave the markets a little bit of breather room here. But again, he said he's sending out letters to 12 countries today talking about if they don't get a tariff deal done, their tariffs are going up. He's also applying a 10% tariff to any countries that join the non-friendly to America BRIC organizations that are kind of working against anti-American interests, according to the president. They will have an additional 10% tariff put on them. So that's all occurring right now. Now, markets are down a little bit this morning, not a lot. Again, markets are kind of digesting this news, saying, okay, is this really going to happen? Again, what we've seen before with tariffs has been a consistent kind of, oh, here they are, no, they're not. Here they are, no, they're not. And markets are kind of getting to the point of where they're expecting that President Trump will kind of back off on these tariffs. They say, kind of the stick and carrot thing we talked about before. He'll back off of this. So futures aren't broadly negative. The S&P is down about 20 points here this morning. But again, even without that announcement, the markets are very overdue here for a bit of a pullback. We're very deviated from the 50 and the 200-day moving average. We're very overbought. So again, this isn't a good place to chase markets here. Expect a little bit of a pullback here. This is a great point right now to maybe rebalance some risk in your portfolio. Look to take some profits. If you've had some big gains here in this recent move, take a little bit of profits, reduce back to target weights, those type of things. Just small actions to hedge your portfolio here a bit over the next week or two, particularly as we start to head into earnings season. Earnings starts next Friday. With JP Morgan, BlackRock, Wells Fargo. They'll announce earnings next week. So again, the market's kind of gearing up for that. Also, the blackout window is kind of in full effect right now as well. So there's some potential here for a little bit of volatility over the next week or so. So just be careful. But that's what you need to know before the bell this morning.